I did 2 days of sourcing over the weekend, which is crazy because it's Thursday. So it's weird that I'm talking about last weekend. And I got 1 box out, and I'm really going to try to get 2 to 3 more boxes out before the end of the week because I did go to the bins yesterday as well as another thrift store. So this is going to be a long video, and I'm just want to show you everything that I got over the weekend and then yesterday as well. All of these items are going to go to ThredUp. So these are some items. I think I got like 4 or 5 items yesterday. So I'll show you these in addition to the items that I picked up last weekend. So up first is this beautiful knee length 100% linen dress. It was $10.99. It is J. Crew, but it's a fantastic size, and technically it's new with tags. So that's why I picked it up, for the size, for the seasonality, for the material. Even though they'll label this as a casual dress, I think this dress will actually go pretty quick. All right, so next up, I got really lucky on this day. There were some amazing brands. I almost felt like one person donated these and just, I guess, never wore them. But this is a new with tags, $12.99. So I paid full price, $12.99. It has this eyelet detail. It's hard to see, but it's actually an expensive brand. It is, I think you pronounce it Arket. If you can see that, Arket. So it's A-R-K-E-T. Technically, this is new with tags, and it's just a beautiful midi length dress. Okay, so this is another new with tag dress. Look how stunning this satin, like hot pink. This is a fantastic brand if you ever find it. Amanda Uprichard. And just because of the color and that it's satin, it's still a little bit that slip dress look with the draping at the top, but it has this down here. I might have to look this up. I mean, it says like basically Rodeo Drive in Beverly Hills, right? So I don't know where this was. I'll have to look this up, but technically I think this could be considered new with tags. So it's beautiful, and they only priced it at $7.99. Like, what? All right, up next is this beautiful satin Veronica Beard maxi length ruched dress. And it is so hard to tell with my bad lighting, but it's like a really beautiful, almost like hunter green. And it has these shoulder pads, and it's a great size. It's a size 10. It's maxi length. Somehow somebody missed this because it was $14.99. It was 30% off, so it was $10.49. And it's just this stunning, like pristine condition satin dress. So really lucked out yesterday. Oh, and then this is my last one where I really lucked out yesterday too. This is an ALC cutout midi length dress. Again, it's a green, and I think this had to be the same person. It's a size 10. And I think that they must look good in green because it's the same kind of green as that Veronica Beard dress. And I paid up for it, $12.99. Happy to do. I think this cutout detail and the style and the size will all do really great. And I lied. I have more that I picked up. Actually, I think I have 2 more. So I picked up this Maeve, almost a midi length, a little bit shorter. And I picked it up because it's an extra large. And Maeve Anthropologie dresses do really well. So it's a good size. It's a really fun, bold pattern. It's something you could wear summertime into the fall. I paid up $10.99 for it. And there were a few of these dresses. So I think it was the same person who donated this dress. There were a few others. This one had the more interesting pattern. And so for $10.99, I just chose one of them out of all, which I could be kicking myself later on down the road. But for now, I was pretty happy with this find. And then I found Bowden, which again, I think it was the same person. It's a size 14. And it's this fun, I mean, this has to be the same person, right? Like they must love like yellow and black. I wish I could be this bold and wear these kinds of colors. I just love people that are able to do that. So I paid $8.99, and I did that because I bought another Bowden dress. I think my payout was almost $70 or $80, and I think it was because it was a maxi length dress. So this is a maxi length dress, and that's why I picked it up. Again, plus the really fun, it's like cap sleeves, just the really fun ditzy floral print and just the overall color. Okay, up next, this is from the last weekend where I had picked up like around 60 items. I showed you some of them, not all of them. I found this Johnny Was velvet cardigan, and this was priced at $70, but it was 50% off. So I paid $35, which is a lot for Johnny Was because Johnny Was does sit just a little bit longer for me. And I really tend to prefer like the silk tunic tops, but I loved that this was a velvet cardigan and with the gorgeous embroidery. So I still think this will do well. It's a small size. It doesn't even have the size. Oh, so that's one thing to keep in mind. Even if a garment doesn't have the size, you can still send it to ThredUp. They will do the measurements and they'll sort of guesstimate the size for you. So you can still send something in if it doesn't have the size. And if it doesn't have, even if it doesn't have the fabric tag, it helps to have all of those things, of course. The most important thing is the brand tag. So you can't send in an item. I mean, you can. Without the brand tag, it just might get rejected, might get sent back to you, might not be accepted. And then I found this beautiful Merce, which again, we're not really quite in fall, winter time, but I couldn't pass this one up. This is a really great brand, Merce, and they make wool sweaters. This is kind of like a poncho situation, and it's a really pretty blue. And I paid $7.99 for this, and I haven't quite decided if I'm going to hold on to it and send it in, or if I'm going to send it in now. I mean, this is something I'd be willing to reclaim if I needed to, but I might hold off just a little bit longer. I like picking up BCBG Max Azria. I usually gravitate to the dresses, and their jackets, their military style jackets do well for me. I picked this up because it's 100% silk. It's just a really fun, like watercolor, bold print pattern. And because this was 75% off. So for $1.99, I thought it was worth it. It's in really good condition. It's a smaller size, but again, just being 100% silk and just how I know ThredUp prices BCBG and that buyers pick it up. This was definitely one that I wasn't going to pass up on. Okay, so this is an example of a Chico's piece that I love finding this kind of Chico's. So this is vintage, and you can just kind of tell from the tag. It's also 100% silk. It's beaded, it's embroidered, it's a tunic top, and it's a size 2, which I believe is a size large in Chico's. And this was only $4.19. So it was 30% off, and I will send this to ThredUp, and I think this will do really well. I mean, it's just beautiful. Okay, so next up is Ralph Lauren. I love this brand. This again I picked up because it was $10. It's a little expensive, but I do like Ralph Lauren. And what I liked about this in particular is like this is so like Ralph Lauren. It's so equestrian and like Western. I just loved the print. It's like a pencil dress. Actually, on some people, this could even be midi length. So let's see the size. That's a size small, but overall, I've never seen this print before. And I know when people are looking for this brand, they love Western vibes. And this fits definitely the Western. Okay, so next up is Hail Bob, which I will insert some comps here. This was only $4.99, and it's overall an expensive brand. Again, this is one of those brands I would never probably resell on my own, but because it retails for a decent amount, and it just has this fun print, it kind of this pleating detail. It's a bit oversized, and it's in really good condition, almost never worn. So I thought I would give that a try. I don't think I've actually ever sent in this brand before. So for $4.99, yeah. I went back and forth on this one. But I've decided that I'm going to test out brands so that then I can tell you guys how they do and whether to grab them or not grab them. So I thought it was a perfect experiment because kind of metallic detailing like that ruche, like this would be really great for somebody, again, going on vacation. That's kind of what I'm thinking about. somebody going on vacation, somebody going to a wedding, somebody going to a fun party in the summertime. This is K. Unger, which I know is an expensive brand. And I know it's an expensive brand, honestly. It's not a brand I would have picked up at the thrift store or to resell on my own, but I have now seen it at Nordstrom Rack. And they price Kate Unger so high at Nordstrom Rack and at Nordstrom's. And it's a size 8, and I only paid $5. So this was 50% off. And I thought, for this size, for this brand, for this style, I think it's worth it to test it out. And I will keep you guys posted on how it does. And speaking of experiments, here's another one. It's hard to see, but it's almost like a tapestry kind of material. And it has just that beautiful like shimmer to it. It has a very flattering, almost peplum style waist detail here. And this is like a heavy satin. And this brand, so this is Belle by Bagley Mishka. And Belle is like the diffusion line. I think it's just kind of a lower end line. But again, I saw this recently at Nordstrom's and it was priced so high, even clearanced out. This is a great size. It's a size 12. And this was only $3 because it was 50% off. So I thought, I'm going to test this brand out, see how it does, and report back to you guys. Okay, another experiment. I did do a lot of experimenting actually on this day. I was feeling very brave and very bold for some reason. I think it was really rainy and I was just so excited to be out and thrifting that it just changes my overall being. And I was really bold. So I decided I would test out Donna Morgan because this is another brand I come across, but I don't always pick up for some reason. And I don't think I've ever properly tested it out at ThredUp. And so because this was $7.99, but it was 75% off, this was $2. So for $2, this is a size 10. I decided to test it out. Donna Morgan, testing out the brand. The factors I considered: size 10. It's this really fun geometric print. And I think like the bold maximalist thing is in. It has kind of this detailing here at the waist, which I think will be really flattering. And so I just think somebody will really like this, that they could wear in the summertime and into the fall and even like into the winter time. They could even wear this to work, to the office. Again, feeling really brave. But then of course I go back into just kind of tried and true brands like this one. So Eileen Fisher, this is a oversized, very lagging look, has a stain right there that we're going to have to spot treat. But this was, it's so crazy, some of the pricing. This was $29.99 and it was 75% off because obviously nobody wanted to pay that. So I paid $7.49 for it. It's a size medium. And yeah, that's why. So it's 100% silk. So it's 100% silk, Eileen Fisher, oversized, lug and look, midi-sized dress. That will do really well. And I think what I'm going to try to do is just hit this. I think this is deodorant. I might just hit this with the steamer and see if that gets it out. And it's just, the lighting's really bad, but it's just black. But it's beautiful. It's an absolutely beautiful Eileen Fisher piece. Again, Eileen Fisher is so expensive. I don't understand. I mean, I know that their materials are really great. They use sustainable materials, but Eileen Fisher is another brand. I don't pick up everything in it. More substantial pieces. But if you were to go to Nordstrom's, if you were to walk into an Eileen Fisher store, if you were to go to Nordstrom Rack, even when it's discounted, it's still really, really pricey. So when I can find substantial pieces like this 100% silk maxi length dress, even with this little stain on it, I'm picking it up. So these are the kinds of dresses that when I'm at the thrift store, particularly when I'm at the bins, this is a maxi length, beautiful floral dress that if I was at the bins, 0 people would pick this up because it is Tommy Bahama. So that's the tag, Tommy Bahama. And Tommy Bahama does okay at ThredUp. Again, if you walk through a Nordstrom's or a Nordstrom Rack, you will find Tommy Bahama there. And that's why when I say I like to pick up Nordstrom brands, what I'm saying is there are a variety of brands at Nordstrom's. Some that you know, some that have their own standalone stores. some that you can find in other stores, but Tommy Bahama is one that you can find at Nordstrom's. And this one I paid even full price of $5.99 for this one. And that's just because it's a gorgeous, and again, I'm gonna have to work on getting these deodorant stains out, which will be pretty easy. But it just has this nice stretch jersey feel to it. This literally is something, or a dress that somebody will take on a tropical vacation somewhere and be super comfortable in. And that's kind of like how I think about it overall, is who is the person that's going to wear this? Where are they going to wear it to? And that's kind of how I decide to pick up items, in addition to just knowing and understanding brands that ThredUp will price up a little bit higher. I took a risk on this one and I might regret it. So we'll see. I paid $12.99, which I'm already feeling regretful of this, but it's a maxi length, really pretty paisley print, long sleeved Peruvian connection dress. It's 100% cotton. It's an extra small. So the fact that it's cotton, that it's extra small, and that I paid $12.99, that's why I could regret it. There were a bunch of these Peruvian connection dresses at the thrift. Some price a little bit lower, but I just liked the print of this one better. So I thought, again, like I said, I was feeling bold. So I thought I would test it out, primarily because of the print and because it's maxi length, just to see how this beautiful cotton dress will do. This might have been my favorite piece that I found. I paid up for it. It's hard to tell, but it's a beautiful gown. It's a blush, fully beaded dress. It has a scooped back, and it even has this really fun, almost like fishtail. It has a longer back end. Like, this is something I could see somebody wearing to their reception dinner. So this is Adriana Papel. It's a size 4, and you ready for it? I paid $25 for this. That's how confident I feel about this dress. I'm not saying you should run out and spend $25 on an Adriana Papel fully beaded gown. I did, and we'll see how it does. The size is small. I wish this was, I like usually to pick up size like 6 and larger, but it's just so beautiful. I wish I could really show you the extent of this. Like, it just keeps going. It's just so gorgeous. And this is the kind of item, even at $25, I'm willing to reclaim up to an entire year for it to sell to the right buyer, because I know someone will love this. I know someone will look gorgeous in it. And it just needs to find the right buyer for however long it takes to find that person. I love this almost like Grecian goddess, shimmery, light blue dress. It's absolutely stunning. And it's, of course, maxi length. So it will get categorized as a cocktail dress. And it is BCBG Max Azra. And I almost wonder if this is their new tag. So if this is a newer style. It's a size 2. I paid up for it. So I paid $12.99 for it. So if you can just see that shimmer, look how beautiful that is. And then it has this detail. I think you can like tie it in the back. But it's just so beautiful. I could see somebody wearing this to like a wedding as a guest and just looking stunning in it. Okay, this is not showing up very attractive the way that it's hung up, but it's a satin bronze ruched strapless dress by Nicole Miller. It's like a beautiful dark taupe almost. And it was 75% off. Yeah, so I just paid $1.99, and that's why I contemplated it a little bit. But let me show you the tag. So Nicole Miller has lots of different, I think, lines with the Nicole Miller. So Nicole Miller collection, the fact that it's made in USA makes me believe that this is vintage. And the Nicole Miller collection, I believe ThredUp will price higher because I think that's like their higher end line. And it's a great size, size 12. So I think definitely worth it for, you know, $2. Okay, so up next is this Bowden dress. This is the newer tag of Bowden. So I knew that this was a newer style, and I liked the size. I liked the whole like nautical preppy print or stripes to it. And it is a size 10, and it's long, so it just means it's a longer length. And this was 30% off of $9.99. So this was only $6.99. And just because of the white, blue stripes, I think this will be very flattering on somebody. They can wear it out to brunch. They can wear it to church. They could wear it to work. They could wear it lots of places. So I thought that was a good pickup. I found another Beholden dress, which Beholden is an Anthropologie brand. And Beholden is their wedding line, I believe. But this was a really pretty green. And it's always interesting to me, like these wedding, like bridesmaids dresses that they sell, but they do. So this is the brand. I've showed it once before. So that's the tag. The size was kind of small. Yeah, this is a size 0, so it's pretty small. And it has some deodorant staining on the inside, which I'm going to have to work on. But the green is the kind of green I feel like that could do well from summer into fall. So I was okay picking that one up. And I paid $12.99 for this one. So up next is this Gudrun Sojin dress. It's a long-sleeved, almost midi-length dress. And it's a size extra large. So this brand has been doing really well for me. If I was listing on my own, I would probably, let's just have some stuff on it. I would probably list this one on my own if I was still listing, just because of the size. But I've stopped doing that, at least for the time being. And so this will go to ThredUp, and I hope because of the size that it will do really well. I've been making anywhere from like $65 to $72 for Gudrun Sojin dresses. So this was an experiment because this was only $2.25. So my Goodwill, they set aside like a certain color every week, where it used to be $1, and then it was $2, and now it's $2.25. And they have shifted those prices so quickly. It's kind of crazy to me. But I just thought this was a beautiful ruched satin dress, and it's London Times, which again is, I've seen this at Nordstrom's. That's why this research that I talk about in my free series has been really good for me too. Because I've seen these brands and I just would never pick them up, because a lot of these brands I would never resell if I was reselling just online on Poshmark, eBay, Depop, etc., unless it was very style specific. But now knowing that this is sold at Nordstrom's, I'm going to give it a try for $2.25. And it's a great size, being a size 8 with the satin detail. Part of what I do too, that I should mention, is that I'm looking, when I'm testing a brand out, it has to have other factors too. So it has to be a good size. It has to be a good style and or color and or material. And if I have all of those factors, then I'm willing to test it out. So even though it's inexpensive, I still want it to have some kind of qualities that make it worthwhile to send in to test. So speaking of testing, where I live in Colorado, so we don't come across a lot of like Vineyard Vines or a lot of Lily Pulitzer. That's the brand. I found this one. It was 30% off. So it was $6.99. It's a size small. It's oversized, but it's just a really pretty, I could see somebody, like rocking this out at just, again, like on like a fun beachy vacation. And it has the waist tie, which is always a plus. This is another brand that ThredUp price is high for some reason. Again, a brand I would never pick up to resell on my own unless it's a very specific style. So I thought I would give that one a try. All right, I'm going to put comps in for this brand because I had never heard it before. It's made in Israel. I think it's sold on its own, but I think it's also sold at Nordstrom's and then maybe a couple of other places. But it's this beautiful burgundy, shimmery, semi-satin, like knee-length dress. And it was 30% off. So it was $6.99. And I love testing out new brands, especially new like higher end brands, just to see what ThredUp will price it at and to see if and how it sells, how long it takes to sell. This is the sort of brand I probably wouldn't find a lot. I like testing out brands too, that if they do sell relatively quick, if they do sell for a decent amount, this is the kind of brand that I would be willing to start sourcing online. The Real eBay, Poshmark, that kind of a thing. I don't know if this brand is it, but I'm just kind of giving you an example of why I test out kind of more obscure brands and see how they do, because those are the kinds of brands, if let's say I were to make $150, I would be willing to pay up, $30, $50 for a dress like this and do an online arbitrage from another online platform. I loved this dress. It's maxi length, it's navy blue, it's kind of structured a little bit. And I just knew from the material that it was probably something good. I paid full price, $10.99. And I loved the back of it. And this brand is Likely. And it's sold, I believe, at Revolve. It just looked like it had barely been worn. Like somebody probably removed the tags and never wore it. Like it just feels that new. So I will steam it. But some Revolve brands do really well for me, especially again, if they're, items like dresses, jackets, blazers, that kind of a thing. I found this beautiful. Look how cute this is. It's this like leopardy print. I mean, I'm not brave enough to wear this dress, but I know somebody else could and just look amazing in it. It was $10.99. I paid full price, and it is Maeve by Anthropologie. And like I said, Maeve, Anthropologie, a lot of Anthropologie brands do really well for me at ThredUp. Again, so long as it is a substantial piece, so like a maxi length dress. Because this is the kind of dress, we'll see what ThredUp labels it as. They might label it as a cocktail dress, so we'll see. So this is funny. I found a dress like this at TJ Maxx recently, and it was discounted. And this brand Paige, if you know of Paige, you probably know of their jeans. So this is a floral maxi length dress. It's a size large. And when I found a dress very similar to this at TJ Maxx, I think it was like $40, like discounted, the lowest, which was surprising. So I got this. It was $9.99, 50% off the yellow tags. So for $4.99. So this one is another test. I would normally send in jeans and not like a dress. So we'll see how this one does. So this dress was an interesting one because this is a brand I would only pick up at the bins, and I probably would never send to ThredUp. I would maybe be willing to send it in to my consignment store. However, and I even paid full price. I even paid $10.99. And this is Altered State. I do not pick up this brand usually, but it's a size large. And I just thought it was so pretty with the maxi length, floral, tiered, ruffle detailing. So I think that one will do well. Okay, look how cute these wide leg overalls are with this kind of like fun, abstract print to it that almost looks camo-y. And it's definitely camo colors, and it has the ties here. I paid full price $9.99 because it's Anthropologie. So it's a small size, but it's oversized. And Anthropologie does really well on ThredUp. And then just this being a wide leg, it being a jumpsuit overall situation, I think will really help overall. Glad I've had some time away because I am looking at this dress and I'm kicking myself a little bit for paying up for it. But my sister sold a dress in the same brand that was labeled cocktail, which this definitely will get labeled as cocktail. And I think her payout was like $89. So that's why I did this. We'll see if it pays off, and it may not. So, okay, are you ready? Let's first show you. I paid $14.99, but it's a beautiful like periwinkle lilac-y kind of a dress. And it's satin, and it has that high neck, that detail right there. And this is the brand Abercrombie and Fitch. I can't believe I paid that much for Abercrombie and Fitch. It's a size medium. If it was a size large, a size medium is still a good size. It's not even new at tags. I don't know what I was thinking for $14.99. I was just thinking that my sister had sold one and her payout was like $89. And it is a really beautiful dress. So we'll see how this one does. And this could be one of those really difficult lessons that I learned. And that's okay, because we all have to learn lessons. We all learn lessons differently. And this might be mine. I went back and forth on this dress just because it's white, but it has, it's a little bit of a high-low, lower in the front, but even lower in the front is still very much maxi length. And so the back part of it is really long. So again, I thought somebody could wear this to like a wedding reception. Somebody could wear this to a wedding. And this brand is pretty expensive. It's Dress the Population. And it's very summertime. So I paid $10.99. I paid full price for it. And it is actually in excellent condition. So there was a dry cleaning tag on it. So I think somebody probably just wore this once. And maybe they did wear it like to a wedding. But it's in great condition, and that's a great brand, and we'll see how it does. I was really excited to find this skirt. I'm not always looking at skirts because, so skirts do sell fast for me at ThredUp. I paid full price, $7.99. And especially midi maxi length skirts are kind of what I really focus on, but they don't usually sell for a lot. However, this one is Bowden. This is the newer Bowden label tag. It's a size 10 and it's new with tags. And so for all of those reasons, and it's being a midi length skirt and just a really fun print, I decided to pick it up. Look how cute this is. I love picking up items too that I would never wear myself because I think of the person that would, and I just, in my head, so respect and admire them for whoever can rock this, because somebody definitely can. So this is Anthropologie. It's a 2-piece set, and I paid $14.99. So how I look at it, ThredUp will separate this. It's annoying that they do that, but they do separate 2 pieces. Even if you try to put them together and let them know, they'll still separate it. So I just look at it like I spent $7.50 on each one. I don't think the top will go for a lot, but the pants are really cute, and I think they will. So I'll still send this in. This is just like a little cropped Anthropologie top. And then the pants, look at that. Look how fun these are. I mean, like, I could see somebody going to like a tropical beachy vacation wearing this and looking amazing. So I will send those in. They will separate them. That is okay. It's Anthropologie. I think both of those will still do really well. These look so frumpy on the hanger. These are my favorite, absolute favorite Maeve pants to sell at ThredUp. And that is the Colette pant. These are a great size. They're a 32. It's kind of hard to tell in this lighting, but it's more of like a rusty brown. But the Colette is a cropped wide leg pant with the front pockets. And it's just a fun color. And I think it's 30% off. Yeah. I paid $6.99. And this is the kind of item somebody would pick up in the summer, but can still wear in the fall, and in the springtime. So these are the kinds of pants that I love sending in, even though it's summertime and I'm primarily picking up dresses. And after just saying that, these are pants that are totally for the wintertime, that I picked up only because of the brand, and I'm going to hold on to these. I wouldn't normally have picked them up, but they were 30% off. They were $6.99. This is a great brand. Just having lived in Colorado, you see a lot of outdoorsy brands, if you ever find it. So this brand is called Alp and Rock, and it's just a really great outdoorsy brand. These are definitely wintertime pants that somebody could go like maybe hiking in. I might send these in. And I'm willing to reclaim them. If you ever find this brand specifically, they have like jackets, sweaters, and really cute mini skirts, like the puffer mini skirts. They do really, really well. Even if you were to just resell on your own and not send them to ThredUp, I've found Alpen Rock a couple of times and they've sold really fast just reselling on my own. It's just a fantastic brand. You just don't find it a lot. I have the tendency to find brands like these just because I happen to live in Colorado. Okay, so this is the kind of item that I will stop sending to ThredUp. And I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it, but I couldn't leave it behind because it's just such a beautiful, I mean, this is like one of those quint sweaters that everybody is looking for. It's like the alpaca wool blend. It's wool and alpaca. And I have a sweater very similar to this that I absolutely love. The style of it, I might give it to my sister. She might really like it. I think this was only like $4.99. I think because it didn't have the tag. And so sometimes my Goodwills are really generous, especially if you're not a jerk when you're checking out. If you're nice and you're helping them out, like I always take all my hangers off for them. I organize the hangers. I just like, because I'm getting so much, I just try to make their life easier. And so when you do that and you're just a nice, kind human, they usually are nice, kind humans back to you. And so this one didn't have a tag. So I think they might have given this to me for $3 or $4. And I couldn't leave behind because this is such a popular brand. And style, not right now for this season. So I'll see if my sister wants it. And if she doesn't, I will probably hold off and send it to my consignment store. I refuse to send Quince to ThredUp because it sells fast, but they just price it so low. Anyways, happy to have found that, even though it's not going to ThredUp. So this is Jason Wu. Jason Wu at one point in time was like a really like high-end, well-known designer. And then he kind of went down the road of what a lot of designers do, where they have like their diffusion lines and they have their brand partnerships with like Kohl's, with Target, with TJ Maxx. So Jason Wu does have some kind of a relationship with TJ Maxx, but I think this Jason Wu tag is the actual designer tag. And this was only $4.99. And the reason why it was only $4.99 is because of this right here. If you can see, this just needs a sweater shaving. That's all it needs. And I actually love sweater shaving. It's like super satisfying to me. So I'm happy to do that. And this is just like a super preppy, like kind of like a double-breasted tweed kind of a thing going on. And so I'll just sweater shave it and it'll look great and I'll send it to ThredUp. Okay, so oh yeah, I did. So I paid $14.99 for this jacket because it's Vince. And what I'll keep reiterating, which some of you will be annoyed with, but for those of you who are new that don't understand or haven't seen my videos, I've gone to Nordstrom's and TJ Maxx and I'll talk about brands to pick up. I'll talk about brands that are really expensive that the everyday person is looking for, but they're not going to pay, retail pricing. So Vince at the regular, just even at Nordstrom Rack, Vince can be priced like a jacket like this would be easily priced at like $150, $175. If you were to go to Nordstrom's, this could even be higher, like $300. Vince is a very minimalist, simple brand. They have great fabrics. Their items are wonderful. They do better for me, I would say, than Theory. So I look for Vince over Theory, I would say. But this is you can't kind of tell, but it's a mint green jacket. And it is, let's look at the fabric detail to see. It feels like it's cotton. Yeah, it's 100% cotton. It's lightly lined. So I still think in the summertime, this could do okay just because of the color. I mean, this is probably more of a springtime jacket, but this is also a great going into the fall jacket because it's so lightweight and it's cropped. Could be very casual. You could also maybe wear it to work. So I paid $14.99 for that one. Okay, so this is another test. It's funny doing this back to back. I feel like I have a lot of test brands, but because there were so many dresses, and they were inexpensive enough, I just really wanted to try to test out some different brands to be able to share with all of you. And because I see these kinds of brands all the time at the thrift store, that if they do well, I will pick them up because other resellers and then just other people in general are just really not looking for these brands. So this brand is SL Fashions, and I'll put in some comps. I paid $4.99, so this is my $5 test. I think this is vintage, and I just loved the beading detail and just the bust line. How beautiful is that? Plus it has a little bit of that empire waist going on and that flowy skirt. This is something I think somebody could wear in the summertime, even wear, black tie events in the fall or winter. So I'm going to test this one out and see how it does. And I think it's a decent size too. Yeah, it's a size 12. All right, so I love sending in Alex evenings. This is a maxi length draped gown. It's black, so it's just very simple. It's a size 14, and I paid up $12.99 for it, but I think it's worthwhile because of the size and just because of the style. Empire waists, like baby doll, but like empire waists are really in right now. And they're very flattering. Empire waists are very flattering. And with the draping too, it's flattering also to the tummy area and the hips. So I think this one will do well.